Guys, welcome back to my channel. How you guys doing? So today we are going to be making a palazzo pant with elastic. So that is what we are going to be making. So in the last tutorial I made a shirt with this material. So in case you want to make two-piece, you can just watch that shirt material tutorial, then you come back to watch the palazzo. And if you want to make them differently, it is fine. So now the first thing you are going to be doing, you are going to be getting the full measurement of your palazzo. So for me, my full length is around 56. So I placed my 56 around this side, and I tried to measure out my half length, which is 15. So I added 2 inches here for my hemming allowance. So it means everything I have here is around 43, which is actually okay for me. So you measure your own also. You minus your half length from your full length. That is what you are going to be using to get the full length of your palazzo. So let's get started with this tutorial. So the first thing you are going to be doing, so this is my starting point. So the first thing you are going to be doing is that you are going to be dividing your hip measurement by 4. Your hip measurement by 4. So for me, my hip measurement is 40. So this is 40 divided by 4. So the next thing to do is to calculate your crotch line. So to calculate your crotch line, you are going to be dividing your hip measurement by 4, and you are going to be adding 2 inches. So I hope you understand. Hip measurement by 4, and you're going to be adding 2 inches. So for me, it means I have 12 here. So I'm marking out my 12. So the same hip measurement I took here, I'm going to be taking it on this crotch line. So I have my 10 inches here. So now, I'm going to be connecting these 2 points into a straight line. So now the next thing to do is to work on your crotch line. So for me, I usually go in by 2 inches, and it works perfectly for me. So I'm going to be going in by 2 inches here. So this is my 2 inches. So around this side, I'm just going to be going up by around 1 inches. That's around this midpoint here, which is not actually necessary, but it's not like it's necessary. It's just to help you get your curve. And if you like now, if you don't have this curve, you can just go up by 1. You can notice that this curve is still on that 1 inch, but if you have this curve, you just go freehand. I hope you understand that. So this is it. So now this is the simplest tutorial you could actually see online. So now remember I said it's going to be having band, so I'm going to be minusing my band. So the band I need, I'm going to be using like 1 inch band, so I'm minusing it right now. So I'm minusing the 1 inch band I'm going to be using. So you can see me tracing it out. So this is it. So I'm just going to cut this 1 inch away. So you can see. So I cut out the band away. So the next thing to do is to work on the hem line. So on the hem part, it depends on how wide you want your palazzo to be. So I think I have around 12 inches here. So I can just make this part around 11 inches, and you can make 10, you can leave it the way it is. So to get that, I'm just going to be placing my 12 inches here, and I'm coming in by ½ inch on this side, ½ inch on this other side. So I'm going to be connecting it back to my crotch area here. So you can see that it is simple. So for your allowance, you're going to be adding the allowance to the back of the palazzo. I'm cutting out. I'm just going to add ½ inches around this side. It is not necessary, but if you want to. So this is the fabric I'm going to be using for my back. So the back will definitely be longer than the front. That's because you need enough allowance to accommodate your butt. So now I'm just going to be placing this front on the back first, then we start measurement. So the first thing to do is to work on the crotch line. So on this crotch line now, I'm also going to be going out by 2 inches. So you can see me going out by 2 inches this way. So this is my 2 inches. Now when you go out by 2 inches this way, I hope it's clear enough. So you come down by ½ inches. That is to make your butt, the crotch area around your butt, to relax very well. So instead of going straight, you just curve it this way, so you can see. So the next thing to do is that, so that it can accommodate your butt very well, you are going to be going up here by 2 inches. So it depends on you. You can go up by 1.5, you can go up by 2 inches, you can go up by 3 inches. It depends on you. So on this 2 inches area here, I'm trying to get a straight line here. Okay, on this 2 inches area here, I'm going to be coming in by 2. I'm also coming in by 2 inches, and I'm replacing my 2 inches here so that I can know what I'm doing. Okay, so this is it. So this 2 inches point, now I'm going to be taking this 2 inches point and be connecting it to this point. So let me repeat what I did. I went up by 2 inches. That's the volume you need to accommodate your butt. So that your butt, your back crotch line can relax properly, you come in by 2. So you, from this 2 now, so this is the main 2 you are using, you are just going to be connecting it down. So now if you do not have a curved ruler, you can use your hand just the way I did. So you can see it's not like you really need the ruler, so you can just do it this way. So this is it. So now the next thing to do now is that the waist measurements you have for your front here, you are going to be replacing it back here. So I have around 10.5. So when you want to replace it back, so this is the point where your front is stopping. So you make sure that you are replacing it back in a way that it's going to be touching this line here. So you can see this line here. So this is my 10.5. So this point, you connect it straight to this point. So you can see, so that is it. So from here now, you just connect it back. So now you try to connect this point down into, so what I did is that I connected from this point back into my my front part. So I'm just going to connect it straight down. So for this other part also, you'll be seeing how I'm going to be connecting it now. So you just try to connect it down into your, so by the time I'm cutting out now, I'm going to be cutting out using ½ inches. So I've accommodated, look at, there's a space here, there's a space here, so I've accommodated my butt. So I'm just going to cut this out, and I'm going to be adding my 1 inch sewing allowance. Please, for the back, you add at least 1 inch sewing allowance. So that's what I'm going to be adding, and I'm going to be cutting this out. So let's start cutting. Back. So now for your sewing, you take this to the sewing machine, sew here using your ½ inches, and sew this other side using your ½ inches. So when I'm done with that, I'll come back and show you. So I'm going to be inserting pockets to this. So let's cut out the pocket also. To cut out for my pockets, so my pocket opening is around 7 inches. So I'm just trying to mark 7 inches. So I can even make it 8, because I'll be using ½ inches to join it on the other side. So this is 8 inches. So now you can just place your hand this way and just trace it out like this. So, and you just cut it out. So cutting your pocket is not that hard. Now to place it on your pocket, on your fabric, sorry, on your pants. So what you will do, this is it. So now this is the front part. So you pick one of these pockets this way. You can come down by 1 inches. So you come down by 1 inches here, and you place the first pocket here. So it's going to be right sides facing each other. So you sew it this way. I hope you understand. You sew it this way and top stitch. So it's going to be looking this way. So right sides facing each other. You place the other one also, coming down by 1 inches and you place the other one also this way, and you stitch. So that's how you do for the back and also for the front. So now let's take it to the sewing machine and do everything I just said right now. This is the front part. So I went ahead to join this crotch area. This is the pocket area also. I went ahead to join it so you can see how it's looking. So this is also the back. So the same thing I did for the front, I did for the back. So this is the crotch area. I'm going ahead to sew it. This is the pocket. This is the other pocket. So now the next thing to do is to work on this opening part. So you firstly work on this part. So please, when you're working on this part, it is advisable and it's better to follow the advice. So when you're working on this part, it is advisable for you to pin it down. So please make sure you pin your pants down, especially when you're working with this under crotch area, because if you are not careful, you just end up sewing it and you notice that one part is longer than the other. I do not know how that happens, but it just happens. So please pin it down before you sew. So you can see me pinning it down. That's because I do not want to lose any part of this trouser. I want to finish making this trouser as fast as possible. So now after I was done pinning it down, I'm going to be sewing it using 1/2 inches to sew it all around. So when you are done with that part, then now you can now pin down this other part also. That's the side area. So let me pin it down also. So make sure the M part is equal. So guys, this is the band that we are going to be using. So this is by 4 inches. So I just folded, this is 4 inches. I folded this into 2. So I'm just going to be using 1/2 inch to join it to the pants, and I'm just going to be fixing my elastic band into it. And this is the exact measurement of my band here. So I just added like half inch for me to just join this side. So I'm just going to use 1/2 inch to join this side, and I'm just going to be attaching it to these pants. So this joined edge is going to be at the back, so I'll just sew it like this using 1/2 inch, then I'll attach it, and just that is it. So this is it when I turned it to the right side. So this is our pockets. So I'll just go ahead to fix the band. Then now to measure the elastic that you're going to be fixing inside this place is going to be the exact, not exact, you can reduce from your initial waist measurement. So let me say your waist measurement is probably 20, so you can just fix in 16 or 15. Do you get? So for me now, I think the waist measurement I'm working with is like 30, and I have around 40 here. I have around 40 here. So like that 30, I'm going to be using the waistband of probably 25, 20, something like that, so that it's going to be firm on me. I know it's elastic, so it's going to stretch. So guys, we've come to the end of this tutorial. So you can see my band. So look at the back, and this is everything. So this is our pocket. Everything is looking all neat. So the only rough edges you have, you can finish it up with your whipping machine. So I have this, so I will just finish it up with my whipping machine later. Then the down part here, I'm going to be using my 2 inches around this part, and I'm just going to fold it in and sew, and that is it. So guys, thank you so much for watching this tutorial. If this tutorial was helpful, please give me a thumbs up, and please like and subscribe to the channel, and I'm going to be seeing you in my next video. Bye guys.